Hi, my name is Whitson, and I'm here to talk about sledge setup and equipment. First, when you're getting into a beginner sled, you want to make sure that you have your bum right to the back of the bucket and your heels are at the front, touching the heel bar, in between the strap and the heel bar. When you adjust your sled, you want to have a slight knee bend, and in order to do that, there's a pin on your beginner sled that you can pull down and then pull out. Make your adjustments, and then you can just put it right back in and you'll be good to go. When you're strapping yourself in, you're going to have a strap on the front, one on the back. You will press the middle part of the strap. You will pull it to either length that you want, and it will crisscross to the one on the front. Press the middle and you will pull it tight. You want to be nice and snug into your sled so that when you fall over, you don't want to be able to tip out or slide in your bucket. The importance of your proper equipment is for execution and safety. Here I'm going to talk about how to adjust your blades if you're looking to go closer or wider. On the beginner sleds, there are these, underneath there's a bolt that you have to loosen up. You do not have to take them out, but you just loosen them up, and there's little teeth on the riser, and it will fit right into the blade holder that has little slots for them. When adjusting these, you only want to adjust 1 or 2 teeth at a time. Smaller adjustments is better, and as you gradually get better and improve your balance, you can go closer. For this sled, you can only go so far to the middle, and if you want to get them even closer, you actually take the whole blade holder off, flip it around, and then you can get closer. When wanting to sharpen your blades, you will undo all 3 of the nuts. You'll slip this right off, and you'll take only the blade into the shop. The 2 little notches on your blade are 2 little indicators. The one towards the back, tell them that's the back of the blade, so when they sharpen it, they will sharpen it a certain way. And depending on the hollow, which the sharpening you will get, is up to your own choice. But you can always mark right by this back part right here is the back of the blade. Here we're going to talk about blade placement when you're sitting in your sled. So when you're sitting up nice and tall, in order to see if your blades are in the right spot, first I want you to slowly lean back, and if you can go all the way back, this will allow you to move your blades forward. If you start tipping the sled back immediately and the whole front will come up, then your blades are too far forward and we want to move them back. When you find the right setup, you'll be sitting up nice and tall. You'll be sitting on the back part of your blades, and you'll know this because the front of your blades will be slightly off the surface, and when you lean forward in a ready position to go forward, the blades will now move to the middle of the blades on the ice. Another way you can check when you're on the ice is when you do your turns or a hockey stop, the snow buildup will go to the middle of your blades or towards the middle back part, right about here. And if the snow buildup is around this area, you're in a good position for your blades. It prevents you from rocking. If you find a lot of rocking in your sled, you'll probably need to change your blade setup. When first beginning and getting your sled, in order to see how high you need to sit off the ground, because everyone's a different height, I want you to close your fists, sit up nice and tall, close your fists, and put your arms straight towards the ice. You want to be either just grazing the ice or just slightly off, and that's a great spot for you to start off in. Here we're going to talk about the length of your sticks. A very easy way to do this is when you're sitting nice and tall on your sled, hold the top of your blade and your hand should be either parallel with your shoulder or slightly above. And that will give you a good measurement to where your stick length should be. The sled that I am sitting in at the moment this is a ballistic model. Anybody can purchase a sled like this, but normally a player that's looking to be competitive at a provincial or national level, this is the sled you're going to look to get. In order to get to this level, as you can see, I'm a lot higher than the beginner sled. If you want to test out with your beginner sled to see what height you need to be at, I would recommend getting some towels and putting them into your bucket first. Sit on those towels, and then you will have an idea of the height that you like, and before buying a riser. When you're getting your riser, you can attach just the riser to your beginner sled. You can adjust the height that you want to be at and use that sled that you've already been using just with a riser. When wanting to purchase a sled like the ballistic, contact Unique Inventions and they will walk you step by step on how to purchase the sled. Here I have two different styles of sticks. The first pair of sticks is a one-piece wooden stick. Normally a beginner program or a beginner athlete will use these. You can cut to any length that you need, and the blades are a little bit thinner. And the best way to show or to indicate what you need is when holding your blade, your thumb and your pointer finger want to either barely be touching or just separated slightly. You do not want to have it overlapping, and if it's overlapping, you can move to a wider blade. Here we have a composite shaft and a composite blade. The blades are a little bit wider than your wooden blade, and when you hold this one, for the ones that have bigger hands, there's a slight gap between my fingers. When wanting to put these blades together, you just heat up the end of the shaft, insert the composite blade. You can also purchase wood blades that will insert into the shaft. And this shaft is just the standard hockey stick for stand-up hockey. You can find them at your local arena or your hockey shop. There's a lot of broken ones around, and I just cut them to length. I insert the blade, and then I drill holes to attach the picks, and I'm good to go.